How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. So today we are going to be working on the Silverado. We might get something else done here and there, but for the most part, we're going to be working on the Silverado. We need to get the alignment done on that thing and probably some other stuff. First thing we're going to do is I finally went out and bought locks, which I got the big ones that are long. So that way I can go ahead and put my hitch on. Now I drilled these out a while ago. Basically, now you fit a lock through there, and that's locked on there. Now let's go ahead and pull the one off the truck. Get this little thing off there. I don't need because it's tiny and it's not going to work for what I want. Throw this big thing on. This thing is super heavy. All right. Gotta get that lined up. There you go. And I also have a lock for that one because I bought a 4-pack. And that way, it will be totally locked on. Nobody can steal my freaking $100 and some freaking hitch. This one put on, and that still leaves me with 2 for whatever I need. Yeah, it's greasy. Tight fit down here. Okay, there we go. Dang thing did not want to go on the other lock. So there's the one on this side. Got the other one on that. Now the whole thing is locked in. I need to, which is another video, we'll get the wiring done for this. So all that's locked in, still has the spots for the hooks to go for the trailer. So that's good to go. Been wanting to get that on for a while. Now, I need to go get a trailer. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna work on the alignment on this thing. But first thing we're gonna do is we are going to tear, I won't say tear. We're gonna take the front wheels off, and then we're gonna get into the front suspension on this thing. We're gonna nut and bolt this. I've nut and bolted the rear end because I've been under the rear, like, you know, I don't know how many times. But we have not, like, checked the frontal on this thing and nut and bolted this. So basically, I already know how much this thing needs to be adjusted out on each side. So I'm gonna go ahead, take the tire off, adjust this side out a little bit. I'll leave it loose for the steering arm, put the wheel back on, then we'll switch to that side. So let's go ahead. Get jacks out, start getting this thing up in the air so we can get this wheel off and get adjusting. Well, I did a whole bunch of work. I mean, I guess it's not a whole bunch of work, but you know, tearing all this apart is a whole bunch of work. So everything under here looks good. I got this loose, so now, and I adjusted it so this pushed out. I basically went 2 turns around with that, which hopefully pushed that out just enough, but I'm still gonna leave it loose. And this is just like a 13mm socket that goes there. Went around, checked everything else, sway bar's tight, all this stuff looks good. I didn't adjust much, change out much. One thing that I did is the hub rocked a little bit. It was a little loose. So I took the cap off, turned the castle nut exactly one hole over. So you got the Carter pin that goes through it. Is I just turned it to the next hole, and that tightened this up extremely. So basically everything on this side looks good. All the bolts are in, got the pins through them. Everything on this side looks really good. So I guess now we'll just go ahead, put this side back together and do the other side. Okay, got the passenger side taken apart, and I mean everything over here looks good. Again, I loosened this, cranked it out, 2 turns, whatever, same as the other side, 1 turn, something like that. But everything looks tight. All the bolts are nice and tight. Everything looks good underneath here. Brakes are fine. So, all right, now we're gonna go ahead, put the wheel on it, set it down on the ground, and we're gonna go ahead and measure again to see where the cambers or the toe is on this thing. So let's get that on the ground and go to there. Okay, got it back on the ground, got all the wheels on and all that stuff. So I adjusted it, and I guess I adjusted it too much. So I went from, I don't know the exact measurements, but I know it was a 1/2 inch, so about a 1/4 inch on each side of toe in. Well, now I'm a 1/2 inch toe out, so 1/4 inch on each side. So what I think I did is I took each one and rotated them 2 turns. So I'm gonna take 1 turn off of each side and then go measure. Because see, this one is 74 3/4 and this one is 74 1/4. So 1/2 inch. So what I'll do, get underneath, take each one of those little things in 1 turn, because I think if I'm correct, I did both of them 2 turns. It's hard to see in this camera, but you can see that tire is just kicked out. All right, so get underneath, and I mean they're real simple because they're, you know, the tie rod, and it's got the adjuster in the middle, and all you do is crank it. It's, when you crank it one way, it adjusts both ends. So basically it's real easy setup. So my GoPro battery is about to die, so we'll go ahead and charge that, and then I'm going to do that in the meantime while it's charging. Okay, so I've managed to put it right back to where it was. I don't understand this. So I've adjusted and adjusted and adjusted while the camera was charging and all that kind of stuff. And needless to say, I'm still a 1/2 inch off on my camber plates, which I don't understand. Maybe I'm doing this wrong, or I just don't know crap about trying to align a truck by hand. But if we measure off the frame into the tire to the first lug, it's 18 inches in the front. Then if we come over here, measure off the frame into the first, we're 18 inches. Then if we go into the back, measure, let's see if I can get it to connect onto that bolt right there. Hold on. All right, there you go. It's 22 inches. Of course, it's deeper because that bolt is farther back. But if we come over here and get it to hook on that bolt also, and right there, 22 inches. So the tires are square on the frame. I mean, they're like, we're measuring off the same exact point on that side of the frame and that side of the frame, and the tires are square off the frame. I mean, it looks straight. That tire looks straight. That one That looks straight too. So needless to say, I just don't know. I'm gonna leave it where it's at. I've got 2 things coming up. So this day, God, not this coming up weekend, next weekend. So basically about 2 weeks from right now, I have, how long is it from here to Winston-Salem? I think it's like 3.5 hours from here to Winston-Salem for a car show. And then the following weekend is 8-hour drive from here to Maggie Valley. So we're gonna run it down to Winston-Salem, see how the tires do. As long as there's no issues, no wearing, we're just gonna keep on rocking. When I get back from Maggie Valley, I might take the air dam off, because if I take the air dam off, that'll give me more room underneath the front, and I might go ahead and try to take it to a local shop and see if they'll touch it. I mean, I got a guy that I know that's a little bit lower than me, not by much, and he couldn't get his done. But I've got boards that I can take with me that'll help, you know, raise the front as it goes up onto the lift, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to try to take it to a shop, see if I can get it aligned when I get back. I don't have the time right now, so we're just going to leave it the way it is and get it ready for a show. Only thing I need to do now is change the oil in it before we go, which I'll do that in a day or 2. All right, well, it's getting a little late. There's other things I want to do in this video, so we're just going to call it a day, and we'll pick this up tomorrow. All right, catch you in the morning. Okay, so it's like 2 days later. I got tied up at work and all this kind of stuff. I've been working more hours at work. Sometimes I feel like I need to go find another job. I work too dang much at my real job. So basically, we ain't gonna get much more done for this video because hours have picked up. But we're gonna talk about what we're gonna do in next video. So next video, we're gonna clean all of this up and get all of this stuff cleaned up, disposed of, gotten rid of, whatever. Lawnmower, kind of rearrange tires, because what I want to do is somewhere in that area, as we're disassembling the Blazer, which is going to be happening the beginning of next month. So this is the end of October, or getting close to the end of October. We got a couple other videos that we're going to be putting out, and then beginning of November, we're going to start working on the Blazer, which is tearing apart the whole front end and just kind of putting, you know, fenders, hood, bumper, grill, everything right there. So that way the front of the truck is off and it's just kind of put to the side, because I don't want it all in the garage because I don't have that much of room in the garage. Speaking of garage, I don't remember if I talked about it in a previous video or not, but from right now, about a week and a half, I'm going down to the city and talk to them about getting my permit and starting plans for the build on the garage. So that's going to start within about a week and a half, get some plans, everything, and then we can really nail down what size garage we're going to have. What I want and what the city might let me have, 2 totally different things. So let's see what else. Yeah, because I mean, like some of the videos, I got 2 car shows that I'm going to be hitting up real soonly with Silverado. That's why I got it done. I was going to clean it in this video, but it's supposed to rain in like 2 days, and then it's going to be clear for a while. So I don't want to get the Silverado clean, then it goes ahead and rain. I'm going to clean it right before the show because it is ready to go. I think the tires are going to wear, I mean, the alignment's good on it. We're just going to rock with what it's got, and hopefully there's no issues. I'll let you know, but should be nothing. I mean, we're not going 100,000 miles an hour. We're just cruising down North Carolina. But 2 car shows coming up. Got a camping trip or 2 planned real soonly. And then after that, we're gonna dive into the Blazer, because I will have a whole bunch of money saved up and I'll be able to order a lot of the parts that I need. Not all of them, because some of them are expensive, but we got a good starting point coming up at the beginning of November. So I'm probably gonna order a couple $100 in parts, and it'll be a good starting point, plus ripping the Blazer apart and starting to get the motor set in place, build custom motor mounts, so on and so on and so on. So stay tuned. A lot of good stuff coming on. Camping trips, JZ project, everything. So stay tuned. Awesome content coming up. All right, hope you enjoyed this short little video. Catch you in the next one.